Why? There it is. And this one, that's a delay. Is that better? Not really, but that's just gonna be how it is. Okay. See, I know that's the smart decision to make, but when have I ever been one for making smart decisions? Also, even if I were to go to sleep or go to bed right now, I can guarantee you I would not sleep for at least 2 hours anyway. Like, I'm tired, but I'm really not actually all that sleepy right now. Ugh. There's also the fact that, like, my feeling tired is probably being exacerbated by the fact that I just ate so much more than I should have. So my stomach feels like a lead ball right now. Yeah. Yeah, putting aside the fact that, like, right now I'd just be really uncomfortable if I tried to go to bed. Also, if I went to bed right now, I'd just be getting out of bed in maybe an hour-ish to you. So, if I'm gonna be up for another couple of hours anyway, what else am I gonna do with that time? There are a handful of other games I could be playing with that time instead, but the way this one is built definitely makes it easier to do, like, to progress a decent bit in just a couple of hours than anything else I'd play. So I know I've discussed this before, but this is definitely one of those situations where, like, the generic built-in, like, social link text combines really oddly with the situation. Because, like, this opens with Maiko basically sobbing, and then it immediately pops up with the little word bubble. I feel like I might become closer to Maiko soon. That...
I don't know what to do. My dad. Dad. He hit me. He's so mean. It's not fair. Yeah. You think so too? That's mean. Stupid meanie. All I did was ask why they're getting a divorce. They got mad at me and said to stay out of it. So I kept asking, but Dad yelled at me and hit me. Then Mom said it was my fault for asking so much. I don't know if they love me anymore. Do they just wish I would disappear? Never? But then, why do they get so mad? What if I ran away from home? I want to know how they really feel about me. If they love me, they'll try to find me, right? It's a secret, okay? Don't tell Mom and Dad I'm running away. I know you won't tell.
Yeah, I've mentioned before, it's absolutely insane to me that you literally have the option of just being the meanest person imaginable at every rank, and the rank still goes up every time. Like, other social links, if you choose certain options, you literally have to, like, go and make up with the character later. But with her, it's just, it doesn't matter how mean you are to her. She just acts like nothing happened.
And that's the summary of what happened on the night of the 7th. These shadows seem to be quite a bit more formidable than the ordinary ones.
I see. So our enemies are growing stronger as well.
I say she acts like nothing happened. Technically, the social link does... Excuse me. Does increase more slowly if you choose those options. But... that's not much compared to the others.
Well, it's not all bad news. In fact, I called today's meeting because...
Hold on. Before we go on, I'd like to ask Kirijo-senpai something.
Oh?
I know I'm not the only one thinking this. So much has been happening lately. I feel like I've just been getting dragged along without really understanding anything. But now, I want answers. So I'm gonna ask you straight out. You've been hiding something from us, haven't you, Senpai? You're always acting like you don't know anything about the Dark Hour or Tartarus. But they're connected to that accident 10 years ago, aren't they?
What accident?
Yukari-chan?
There was an explosion near our school and a lot of people died. It must have been big news back then. You know about it, don't you?
Yes.
Luckily, no students were injured. But something is off here. At the time of the incident, there were several unexplained absences. Seems like more than just a coincidence to me.
What do you mean?
Well, I dug up some old school records and found something interesting. Those students weren't just absent. They all suddenly collapsed and had to be sent to the hospital. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Remember those girls who bullied Fuka? They had to be hospitalized too. I want an explanation. What really happened on the day of that accident? The Kirijo group built our school, so you have to know something. Tell me the truth.
I wasn't trying to hide anything from you, it just never seemed relevant. But
It's okay. It's not your fault.
all right, I'll tell you everything. Shadows have many mysterious abilities. Some research indicates they can even affect time and space. We think of them as our enemies, but what if we could somehow use them to our advantage? They could be a source of unimaginable power, couldn't they?
What?
14 years ago, one man pursued that very line of thinking. He was the former leader of the Kirijo group, Koetsu Kirijo, my grandfather. My grandfather was obsessed with the shadows. He wanted to harness their power to create something extraordinary.
Create something extraordinary?
To that end, he assembled a research team and had them amass a number of shadows.
He was collecting them? Damn, that's freaking crazy.
But 10 years ago, during the final stages of the project, there was an accident, and the experiment failed. They lost control of the Shadow's power, altering the nature of the entire world.
You can't mean...
Yes, Tartarus and the Dark Hour. According to the records, the accumulated mass of shadows split into several large ones that later dispersed. These are the shadows we've been encountering on nights when the moon is full.
Maybe that's why it's difficult to predict where they'll appear.
Wait a minute. If what you said is true, then why did our school turn into Tartarus? Don't tell me. Is it because that's where they conducted the experiment?
Yes.
Then those students who were hospitalized.
It's just as you fear. It was a highly populated area, and the Kirijo group had influence there. They could essentially do as they pleased. Port Island must have been the perfect location for them. So yes, as you guessed, the experiment 10 years ago was conducted at Gekkokan High School.
Just what are you trying to say here? So that's the whole purpose behind Seas? We were dragged into all this just to clean up their mess? You lied to us? And you knew too, didn't you, Sanada-senpai? You've both just been using us! Or do you not care as long as you're the one who gets to do the fighting?
I never said anything like that. I have my reasons.
Think what you'd like, but it was my decision not to share the information. I'm sorry. It was never my intent to deceive you. Convincing you to join Seas was my highest priority. I know it may not be fair, but shadows can only be defeated by Persona users. We are the only ones who can fight.
That's hardly the point!
I never had a choice either. It didn't matter if I wanted this power or not.
Mitsuru, that's enough.
Takeba-kun, it's only those in the past who are to blame. And they lost their lives as a result of what they did. We're all in the same boat here. None of us deserve the burden that's been thrust upon us.
But that's...
It's been 10 years since the incident in question. No one knows why those shadows suddenly returned. But now that they're here, we have the chance to find and destroy them. Do you realize what that means? What if I told you that the 12 shadows are the cause of everything?
You're saying if we defeat them all, Tartarus and the Dark Hour will disappear?
Exactly. That's what I was going to tell you earlier. See? It's good news, isn't it?
Can that really be true?
There's evidence to support it. And this is where our true battle begins.
Our true battle.
Regardless of what's happened in the past, we must fight to protect the people. The shadows are gaining strength. We can't afford to wait for them to strike first.
Right.
And there are still many mysteries surrounding Tartarus. For instance, why did such a gigantic structure appear in the first place? The answers must be out there somewhere.
So dance, if you
Yes.
wanna go ahead. Free to do whatever, I'm chilling on my bed. I'm minding my biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever like is, we gon' flow with the set. Hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today, let me rock the world tomorrow, you know?
Yes.
Hey.
Um, let's see.
Chill vibes, the nighttime of love, the sound on wine, any types of rise. Yeah, I'm down. Sit back, relax to the sound that goes around, 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 around. She said, hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today, let me rock the world tomorrow. Yeah.
There was no last batch of... I think it's only 10 years since it started, not 14. Second, there was no last batch of students that fought them. It was literally like whatever it was happened, and then shadows just dispersed into the world, and Mitsuru and Akihiko and one other person who you've seen a couple of times fought them since. And then the really strong ones appeared at the time but weren't fought and are reappearing now.
So dance, if you wanna go ahead. Free to do whatever, I'm chilling on my bed. I'm minding my biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever like is, we gon' flow with the set. Hey, hey, hey,
Yep.
feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today. Let me
Hypothetically, you could argue that the characters of Persona 1 and 2 fought Shadows previously. I don't actually know for sure if Shadows are present in the first two games, and also how canon the first two are to 3 onward is questionable as well. So, who knows? it wasn't voiced, so you would have had to actively be watching me tab very quickly through the dialogue. But here,
Yes.
I can probably, yeah.
Chill vibes. The nighttime of love. The sun
Basically,
anytime
because Mitsuru had the potential to use a persona, she was basically an experimental subject for a lot of her childhood, and the experiments involving her led to the development of evokers.
but we gon' chill today. Let me rock the world tomorrow. Yeah. So dance, if you wanna go ahead. Free to do whatever, I'm chilling on my bed. I'm out in my biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever like is, we gon' flow with the same. Hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire. Everything expires, but never expires. But we gon' chill today. Let me rock the world tomorrow, you know.
Lounging about as usual, huh?
Hugh, what do you want? If you're gonna ask me to go back, the answer's still no.
That's not why I'm here. I was just making sure you were still around.
That's so.
We've known each other a long time. It's been almost 14 years since we met at the orphanage. You, me, and Miki. We used to run around here until the sun went down. Back then, it seemed like we had all the time in the world.
You haven't changed one bit. If you want to get all sappy, go do it with your other pals.
What was that?
It's rare for you to think about the past. Usually, you just charge ahead like a damn fool. You've never been good at hiding shit.
Everyone thinks about the past. Even me. Anyway, we finally know how to get rid of Tartarus in the Dark Hour.
No shit?
Yeah. The thing is, all I've cared about until now is getting stronger. Everything else came second. But yesterday, someone made me question my reason for fighting.
Your reason for fighting? Huh. It's different for everyone. But if you don't have a good one, you can always quit. That's what I did.
I'm not like you. Man, I can't believe I'm the one getting lectured here. Well, see you around.
You really haven't changed at all.
Yes?
Can I talk to you for a moment?
Senpai, this is unusual. Please, come in.
So not only do you excel at providing support during battle, you are also quite skilled at gathering information.
Oh, I'm sorry for doing that without permission.
Don't worry, you're not in trouble. But I do have an important favor to ask of you. I want you to find out as much as you can about that incident 10 years ago.
Oh, well, very little of that was made public.
I know. That's why I want you to access the Kirijo Group's database.
You mean hack into their system? Is that allowed?
I'll give you my ID and password. Then you won't be held accountable. but I need to know the truth. In detail.
Senpai.
Of course, I'll understand if you refuse.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Are you sure? I appreciate it. Yamagishi, aren't you resentful? Regardless of my good intentions, I did drag you into this without fully explaining. I'm sure you must have at least a few complaints.
Not really. Did you know my entire family is made up of doctors? My parents are the one exception. It gives them a bit of an inferiority complex. That's why they're so hard on me. I don't like being at home. But here, I'm able to do something no one else can. I have a purpose. So no, I don't have any complaints.
You're right. We can't do this without you. No one could take your place.
Oh,
Thank you. I'll see you later.
So, Tartarus and the Dark Hour are on the way out, huh? No, that's a good thing. It's what we've been fighting for. So then... why... Damn it! Why am I so pissed?
gosh, it's hot. Even for July.
Wow, can't believe we're already third years. Guess this will be the last time we'll wear these uniforms and hang out after school.
Who cares? I just want to get into college and start having fun already.
I get it. My problem is me. I'm going on like fighting was my duty and all. Actually, it's just all I'm good at. Because without that, I'm nothing. So much for being a hero. I can't fight worth the shit anyway. Not compared to him, at least. Damn it! Nothing I do is good enough.
Why am I only ever right about the worst things?
Yeah.
Am I stupid for trusting in something so blindly? Dad, I got this letter from you last spring. I must have read it 1,000 times since then.
To my family, 10 years into the future. Tomorrow, I'll bring this letter to the opening ceremony for the Moonlight Bridge. It will be stored in a time capsule and sent to you in 10 years' time. Yukari, you may be small now, but in 10 years, you'll be 16. You'll be in high school. I know you've been sad because I have to work so late, but you always manage to greet me with a smile. I'm really proud of myself. Kirijo-san appointed me head researcher. I'll be starting on a big project soon. It feels good to receive so much recognition for my work. But I swear to you, nothing is more important to me than you and your mother.
Oh, Dad.
Yukari, I wonder, are you enjoying life? Do you have high hopes for the future? Do you still look towards tomorrow with excitement and wonder, like you do now? No matter what happens in the next 10 years, I hope you're happy. And I hope this letter brings a smile to both you and your mother's faces. Eiichiro Takeba, March 6th, 2000.
No matter what happens, huh? All I can do is believe. I won't turn my back. I won't be like Mom. Not ever.
So dance,
So, didn't comment at the time because it was in the middle of a long dialogue that I didn't want to pause or talk over. On the one hand, yeah, it would be frustrating to train for something and then not have that thing. On the other hand, Junpei has been training for that thing for, at this point, it would have been 4-ish months, as opposed to Akihiko and Mitsuru, who would have been training for it for the majority of their lives. Both of whom are pretty happy with the idea of it stopping. And I mean, fighting is pretty much all Akihiko does or cares about. Like, for him, it's well beyond just being the thing he's good at. It's his entire personality, practically, is being stronger than anyone else. And he's still looking forward to the whole Dark Hour stopping. Okay. I will be right back.
nighttime of love, the sun unwind, any type surprise. Yeah, I'm down. Sit back, relax to the sound that goes around, 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 around. She said, hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we're inspired, but never expires. But we gon' chill today. Let me rock the world tomorrow. Yeah. So dance, if you wanna go ahead. Free to do whatever, I'm chilling on my bed. I'm minding my biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever life is, we gon' flow with the set. Hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we're inspired, but never expires. But we gon' chill today.
I'm back.
Let me rock the world tomorrow, you know?
Oh. That's useful, but that's not what I was hoping for. That's probably more useful in the long run than what I was hoping for, though, so I guess I shouldn't complain.
It's good to see you again. How long has it been since we first met? Time passes so quickly. So tell me, how's life as a Persona user? I wonder what. I hope you find it soon. I remembered something else about the coming of the end. It all stems from something that took place many years ago. 10 years ago, if I remember correctly. Oh, didn't your parents pass away about 10 years ago?
Ooh.
A persona is like a mirror, which means a persona user can never escape their true self. But no matter what, I won't leave you, because we're friends, right? Good night.
Yeah, almost as if there might be some kind of plot relevance going on.
You know what? Yep, yep. Attention, please.
So I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think the game will let me go to Tartarus for a decent while. Assuming this is the point in the game that I think it is.
You sure? Thanks for coming. You got everything you need? Thanks.
Baby, still with me. I never felt like miserable. I never knew I'm thinking this will last forever. Baby, stay with me. You gotta say now your answers are all in me. I never felt like so different. I can't take it anymore. Mom and Dad just keep fighting. I begged them to stop fighting so much, but they told me to leave them alone. I made up my mind. I have to run away from home. Okay. Sorry, I don't want to be a brat. I made up my
Yes.
mind, and I'm gonna run away. I better start packing soon. Hey, what should I bring if I'm running away from home? I need lots of snacks, right? And my insurance card? Really? Wow! Running away
I was
is
going
easier
to
than
make
I
a
thought.
joke before about, man, Parents of the Year here, but
Just
then
gotta
it
decide when
occurred
to
to me
speak
that most of the characters in this game don't have parents, and the ones that do don't have very good ones.
Either way,
Pretty much
I'm gonna
any
give
of
it
them.
a try. Don't worry, I'll be just fine, okay? I'm gonna miss playing with you, though. When I run away, Mom and Dad will have to work together to find me. This is gonna be great. I gotta make sure I'm ready to go.
I mean, it's something that I've kind of felt is the case for a long time now, but like outside of like
We'll come back.
outside of very specific genres, parents in fiction really only exist to either be killed off or be the source of conflict.
What's wrong? You all hungry or something?
Not really.
You know, it's almost summer break.
Oh yeah, it is, huh?
Does anyone have any plans?
I wish I could go to the beach. Hot sand, cool breeze, babes in bikinis. Man, a break like that sure would be nice. Somewhere in the south, where the water is crystal clear. But starting tomorrow, we gotta get through our exams. Oh man, this sucks.
I'm sure you'll be fine. But it would be nice to go somewhere with beautiful beaches, like Okinawa.
Well, it's not Okinawa, but how about Yakushima?
Mr. Chairman, I didn't realize you were here.
I happen to be in the area, so I thought I'd drop by and tell you my schedule for next week. Oh, Hirinjo-kun, your father will be vacationing in Yakushima during the break.
He will?
You'll all have some time off after exams, right? Why don't you go and get a nice change of scenery?
Seriously? We're gonna go on a trip? Yes! Beaches and bikinis! Beaches and bikinis!
Beaches and bikinis? This guy.
How about it, Hirinjo-kun?
Well, my father is a busy man. I don't want to ruin his vacation.
Why so hesitant? No father would be upset with a daughter who came all that way to see him. You've all done a great job. You deserve to relax for a while. And we already know when the next operation will be, so I think it'll be fine.
I don't know.
Senpai, I'm begging ya!
All right. I guess
I mean,
everyone
you
needs a
say
break
that,
now and then.
and
Let's do it.
as far as, like, the ongoing story of the game, you're right. But mechanically, it 100% takes a break, because the game just isn't gonna let me have access to it for a while. Also, I'm pretty sure you're on a pretty significant delay based off of when you're responding to stuff in chat. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, because, yeah, technically it's a spoiler, but not enough of one for me to think it's really valid. Mitsuru's dad is pretty much one of, I think, 2 still living, as of the events of the game, parents that are actually good parents. Just without any... what's the word? The other one that I can think of... yeah, YouTube has a much longer delay than Twitch, but usually it's only like a few seconds longer. But, like, there have been a handful of times that it's been like minutes in between something happening and you responding to that thing. I think what's going on with it is that just YouTube is still figuring out live streaming. Twitch has had its entire lifetime as a platform to optimize for live streaming, whereas YouTube has had it for a while, but it's never really been a thing they focused much on. So it's just not optimized quite as well for it.
The beach, huh? I should design a special training regimen.
Oh man, I can't wait!
Oh, I need to go buy a swimsuit.
Hey, don't worry. I got one you can
I mean,
borrow.
Twitch, there are a lot of things Twitch can't
Nice
seem to
try.
get right,
Are you going to swim too, Mr. Chairman?
which is why I don't really care
I'm
for
afraid I
it.
can't. I'll turn to dust if I'm exposed to sunlight.
Wait, seriously?
Don't be stupid.
Honestly, though, if Twitch would just implement, like, some kind of background audio playing
Kirito-senpai, wait up!
for live streams, that's literally all they'd need to make their app
I just
at least
wanted to say sorry about the other
worthwhile.
day. I might have gotten a little carried away.
Don't worry about it. In a way, it's only logical that we go to Yakushima. The chairman said that no one who was responsible for the accident survived, but there is one who did.
What? There is?
My father.
I'm pretty sure they don't.
I had no idea.
I mean, okay. I think you can get like a minimized version of the stream on your, like, kind of showing over whatever app you're using, but you can't just have background audio play, I don't think. And I'm not looking for a minimized version of the stream. I'm looking for just having the audio from the stream play in the background while I am doing something completely different.
So dance. If you wanna go ahead, free to do whatever. I'm chilling on my bed. I'm out in my biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever like is, we gon' flow with the set. Hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire every day. We're inspired, but never expires. But we gon' chill today. Let me rock the world tomorrow, you know.
Oh, they do have a setting for continue playing audio in background.
Chill vibes, the nighttime of love, the sun unwind, any types of rise. Yeah, I'm down. Sit back, relax to the sound that goes around, 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 around. She said,
Huh.
hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire every day. We're inspired, but never expires.
Yeah, look at that.
Today, let me rock the world tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll get some use out of that. Who knows? I probably won't.
Nice
Who am
one.
I kidding?
Hello.
That's fair, but I don't generally engage with live streams where I particularly care to see what's going on. Most of the live streams I quote unquote watch are ones that I actually just listen to. I guess that is kind of a difference, though, is like, I don't know. I'm not usually inclined to watch someone live stream in a kind of story-driven game that I've not already played myself. Like the main reason, or not even just live stream, like I'm not usually inclined to watch videos either. The entire reason sometime last year that I live streamed and played through Metal Gear Rising was that the game had become a massive meme and there were a bunch of videos about it I wanted to watch, but I didn't want the game spoiled for me. So I played it before I watched any of them. I've actually had Ultra Kill sitting in my Steam library waiting for me to do the same thing with it. And I finally started playing it a few days ago.
I'm fine helping out with studying, but wouldn't it be easier to focus without the distraction?
They say studying with others grants benefits that can't be found alone.
Hey, so if we flunk the exams,
we really gonna have to stay behind? Tell me that's a joke.
It's no joke. As students, studying is our top priority. Failure will result in consequences.
Well, I'm not too worried about that. Not naming names here, but don't get in the way, Junpei.
What happened to not naming names? I guess if the fate of my trip depends on it, I don't really have a choice.
Something that kind of just occurred to me that, like, going back to earlier with, like, Junpei and his having issues with people and having issues with the Dark Hour ending. I think, like, a big part of his character and eventually character development is also, like, imagine being a prodigy at something. Like, imagine just being really good at a thing that you've just been introduced to, something that you also really like. But at the exact same time, someone else started that's just even more of a prodigy than you are. And that's kind of the root of a lot of his issues early on in his character arc.
I'll show you. I'll prove just how serious I am about Yakushima.
It's crazy, though, that he gets one of the best character arcs in the Persona series, despite not having a social link.
Something you need help with? Ah, scintillating. It can refer to either a literal sparkle or a metaphorical brilliance.
Learn your vocab. Or, instead of going to Yakushima, you're going to Yaku-see me back at the dorm. Yakushima? Yaku-see me? Maybe that one's a little forced.
Wisecracks from Junpei are one thing. I didn't.
There goes my controller again. I don't know why it does this. Crazy thing is, like, yes, I keep it plugged in, but it is a wireless controller, so there's no reason why it should turn off, even if there's a short in the cable or something. Like, I keep it plugged in to keep the battery charged. But also, like, with a game as dialogue heavy as this, if I unplug it, it's going to turn off in between, like, during dialogue because of how long some of them are.
Account for this.
If I have it unplugged,
Maybe
and if it's
he's
just on
trying
its
to
battery.
Test our ability to concentrate? Yeah, I suppose that's not likely.
Mikutsuki sounds one up in me. I've gotta think of a killer comeback.
Stop getting distracted. You need to concentrate on your studies.
She's right. Gotta focus. Let's keep at it.
Dang it. I was really hoping that would get to 4.
Are you struggling with memorization? Nothing beats repeating it until you know it by heart.
Beats? Heart? Not bad, Kirijo-kun.
What? No, that was not my intent with that statement.
Well, if you're pulling out of the race, then I win, hands down. Kirijo-senpai defeated.
This is giving me a headache.
Despite the diversions, I'd say that was productive. Keep it up so we can all go to Yakushima together.
Hello, this is Elizabeth speaking. I'm calling in regard to a recent change in Tartarus. It seems that a path that had been blocked off is now open. I thought it prudent to inform you. Well then, I wish you a safe journey.
Hey. Man.
Man, exams have him so depressed he forgot about his character arc.
I'm done, baby! The dark days of testing are finally over! The sun is shining bright!
So, how'd you do?
You are not gonna believe this. I aced PE.
Well,
Who
that pretty
wouldn't
much
believe
answers
that?
my question.
Whatever. A real man doesn't dwell in the past. I'm already thinking ahead to the blue skies of Yakushima.
Oh yeah, that's coming up soon, huh? Are you all ready to go? Yeah, I guess I should start getting ready too. Oh, sorry, I don't sound very enthusiastic, do I? Hey, how about we stop somewhere on the way back? I don't have practice today.
Sounds good. Where we going? If you need to buy a swimsuit, I'd be happy to help.
Very funny. All right, give me a sec. I'm gonna go grab my stuff from the locker room. Oh, I'll invite Fuka too.
Hey, I know I've been kind of a dick lately. So, sorry about that. Alright, let's put this whole thing behind us. Cool?
Alright, let's get out of here. Freedom at last! What should I do now?
Take it down a notch, will you?
You bounce back from things so quickly, Junpei-kun.
Know it.
Oh, hey, Sonata-san's here. Don't see that every day.
Ikutsuki-san called me. I think he wants to talk about a new candidate.
Does that mean another person is going to join?
Maybe.
Fuka. What's wrong, Natsuki-chan? Do you think you can stay after school with me for a mandatory study session? There's like no one. Oh, wait, are you about to head out for the day? Okay, then, never mind. Wait, it's all right. I'll help you. Sorry, I'll see you all back at the dorm later.
I'm really surprised at how much she's changed.
Ah, friendship. How beautiful. Adolescence is such a wonderful thing. So full of vibrancy.
Mr. Chairman?
Oh, hello. I just stopped by to pick someone up. I might as well introduce you to him now.
Hello. Oh, Amada-kun, what are you doing here?
You know him?
He doesn't leave during the break because of his circumstances.
Oh, I heard about that. Something about your parents, right?
It used to only be me and my mom. She got in an accident. So now it's just me. It happened 2 years ago.
I'm gonna be honest. Out of the various children in this game, I feel like he's one of the less strange
school
ones.
dorm all by himself, right? So I decided to move him to your dorm. just for the summer.
At least he doesn't show up during the dark hour wearing prison clothes and
That's a good idea.
say cryptic things.
Why, of course. He has the potential.
Then he's the new candidate?
That's right. But as you can see, he's still just an elementary school student. So it's only a possibility for now.
Are you Akihiko Sanada-senpai?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about you. You've never lost a boxing match. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Yes, precisely.
So dance. If you want to go ahead, free to do whatever. I'm chilling on my bed. I'm out in my biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever.
That'd be
like
correct.
this, we gon' flow with the set. Hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire.
Why?
Every day we inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today. Let me rock the world tomorrow. You know.
Welcome. What? I see.
You gotta tell now.
Of course. By the way,
So, the one or two words I get here and there aren't quite enough for me to be sure, but I'm pretty sure this shopkeeper is voiced by the same person who voiced Yukari in the original game.
You gotta tell now. I never felt like.
which one?
I never felt like.
We have some new items prepared. Come take a look.
You gotta tell now. I never felt like. I never felt
Officer Kurosawa and I go way back.
Yeah, it definitely
He and
is.
My neighbors usually keep me in the loop about everything going on. Please bring the required materials.
I never felt like. I never felt like.
Both antiques and gems can lose their luster very easily if you don't take good care of them. Especially, what would you like?
I never felt like. I never felt like.
Please bring the required materials.
Baby, stay with me. You gotta tell now.
I'm sure this will prove to be useful.
I never felt like baby, still with me.
It's been much more pleasant around here recently, and on Port Island in particular. Well, I guess that just shows how much time has passed. I'm sure this will prove to be useful.
I never felt like baby, still with me.
Is that all you need? Come again.
I don't remember what the antique shop was used for in the original game, but I'm pretty sure it's none of the things you can do there now.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, hey!
By the way. Oh?
So mind your own biz, whatever like is, we gon' flow with the set. Hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today, let me rock the world tomorrow, you know.
Okay. That's not what I meant to do.
Chill vibes, the nighttime of love, the sun and unwind.
Yeah.
Anytime surprise, yeah, I'm down. Sit back, relax to the sound that goes around, 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 around. She said, hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire, but never expires.
Yes.
But we gon' chill today, let me rock.
All right. Today we're gonna see some of the greatest matches the champs have ever...
And here we are with the first match of the qualifiers. In the red corner we have Akihiko Sanada-kun from Gekkokan High
It's
School.
me. This is footage from my first official match. My coach from back then recorded it for me. Sorry, looks like I put on the wrong video. Let me switch it out. Hey, come on. It's not that interesting. But I guess this might be a good opportunity. Let's watch it. I look so stiff and nervous. My form is all over the place. How did I even win this? At least I can tell I've improved since then. Here's where I get my left straight in.
And the winner is Sanada-kun from
Check out
the
my
red
face.
corner.
I'm trying to look calm, but on the inside, I can barely contain myself. I know I said before that I just wanted to learn how to fight with my bare hands. But this might actually be why
I
stuck
mean,
with boxing.
yes,
This victory
but that's
gave
an
me
awfully
confidence.
long,
I wasn't
delayed
so stiff in
reaction.
any of my later matches. Are you the type to get nervous in front of a bunch of people like that? That's what I like to hear. You're just as reliable as a leader ought to be. If you ever want to try getting in the ring, I'd be glad
Yeah.
to have you. I've learned a lot from boxing, but there's a strict rule I follow
Yeah.
when it comes to winning. Find your opportunity, then strike without hesitation. It's easy enough to remember, but hard to apply. You could say the same thing about fighting shadows, too. I've always tried to keep those words in mind, but now I'll be even more conscious of them.
Thinking about it. Oh, never mind. Oh, wow. Just on self, though. That's...
You know, I never thought you'd see me like that. But it did help remind me how I
I guess
felt
once he
when I was
gets
starting out.
multi-target
Anyway,
buffs, that'll be good.
Sorry you had to sit through that. I'll save the champion matches for next time.
Now we move on to round 2 of the qualifiers. In the red corner,
There's another one?
Akihiko Sanada
Well,
from
since we're
Gekkokan
already
High
here.
School.
Want to watch some more before we go to sleep?
So dance, if you wanna go ahead. Free to do whatever, I'm chilling on my bed. I'm out in my biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever life is, we gon' flow with the set. Hey, 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 feel like a fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today, let me rock the world tomorrow, you know.
Welcome back.
Marvelous. I'm looking forward to it. Here are my requests. Let's hear the results. That is a great relief.
Very well then.
Okay. I wonder if my answer to that actually affects what he has. I really doubt it, because I really doubt they would have made potentially 4 different models for him just to accommodate a joke, basically. But boy, would it be funny if they did. It's hilariously appropriate that the Arcana for the social link, that is, you stay in all day and play an online game, is the Hermit. I don't remember. I know I've mentioned that it's like that the title of the online game is the same, or is from Persona 2. I don't know if I've mentioned before, but Tatsuya and Maya, the usernames of the player character and the social link character, respectively, are also the names of the 2 main characters of Persona 2. There is actually another really big callback to Persona 2 later in the game, but I'm not gonna talk about it till we get to it, because it's a massive spoiler for both this game and for Persona 2, actually. Fun fact, I believe Persona 2 was released for the PlayStation 1, and I believe the game was so large that they had to release it in 2 parts. Or like so long, I guess. I've played through Persona 5 twice. I feel like me playing it would be a lot more just sitting around min-maxing my stuff than would be interesting to see. You could play Persona 5 on stream instead. I believe it is available on Steam. It is indeed available on Steam. At the same time, though, if you're not sure it's the kind of game you'd enjoy, I totally get that. It's definitely, to my knowledge, not the kind of game that, at the very least, I've ever seen or heard about you playing. It's pretty similar. As far as an entry point into the series is concerned, I would say 5 is definitely the better one than this. Like, the remake fixes a lot of the issues the original Persona, that the original Persona 3 had, but it's still a very... It still has a lot of the jank and obtuseness of being a very low-budget game from 2006. Yeah, that is completely understandable. What you could do, rather than buying it on Steam, is... What you could do, just in case like you want to try it but aren't sure you'd really get into it, is you could like subscribe to the PC version of Game Pass for a few months, because I believe it's on there as well. Okay, no. It looks like they did take it off of Game Pass. Oh well. It was on there for a while, but I guess not anymore. But yeah, like, as far as Steam is concerned, you could wishlist it and see if it goes on sale. You could, like, go on some website like CD Keys and probably get a Steam code for it for pretty cheap. But, I don't know. I could try live streaming the other games. The fact that Persona 3 has been remade has put 4 in a really weird position of now being, like, the mechanically the most awkward. And, like, visually the most awkward. I started 4, and I got a lot of the way through it, but I didn't actually finish it. I've been meaning for a while to go back and finish it up. Well, they didn't redo 5. 5 was released, like, I think in 2015. Well, okay, I say they didn't redo 5. Every Persona game has had, like, its initial release and a re-release a few years later. like, Persona 3 had the original game, and then they re-released it a couple of years later with, like, fixes and new personas and new content. They did the same thing with Persona 4. I believe the original game released in 2010, maybe, and the re-release was in 2012, I think. And then Persona 5 was, I believe, in 2015, and the re-release was in 2018. 3 is the only one that has gotten, like, a full ground-up remake like this. And that's because, like, yes, Persona 4 is now the most awkward game, but it was leaps and bounds more mechanically sound than 3 was. At the time it released, at least. So, like, it didn't need a remake as badly as 3 did. And, like, that's the other thing is, like, until the remake, 3 was basically not playable if you didn't have an emulator. Whereas 4 and 5, like, 4 was released to PC a while ago. And then 5 was released to PC and Xbox a couple of years ago, I think. Might have even been last year. Not that long ago. Because 5 was originally only released for PlayStation 3 and 4. Yes, so the series as a whole is a spin-off from an older series. 1 and 2 both feel entirely like just spin-offs of that other series, while 3 is where the game, like, where they really gave this game its own identity, and that identity is what has carried forward through 4 and 5. Like, the only references to 1 and 2 are the silly little, like, weird references like the game that, like the MMO in Persona 3. Like, stuff that doesn't necessarily imply the first 2 games are canon, but rather that they're just vaguely referenced in silly ways. 3, 4, and 5 are all their stories are all independent of one another, but they are all part of the same canon, without question. Like, by the time of Persona 4, like, one of the social links that I've not started yet is a guy who's writing a children's book, and by the time of Persona 4, that book has become very popular. Also, like, by the time of... I think there's a spin-off from Persona 4 that takes place a year after the original game, and by the time of that spin-off, Yukari has become a popular TV actress. And then one of the characters in Persona 4 has, by the time of Persona 5, become a very popular singer. And then another character in 4 is also referenced a few times in 5 as well. Technically, actually, characters from Persona 3 also appear in spin-offs of Persona 4. Like, to my knowledge, that's the only overlap, like, major character overlap between the 2 games. Oh yeah, also the Conman social link appears in 4 and 5 as well. I think I mentioned that when I started his social link. This is the only one where he's actually a character you interact directly with, but he is present in the other games. There are probably a lot of other little bits and pieces where the canon of each game crosses over with one another that I haven't noticed or have forgotten. Yeah, I remember reading like a comment someone had about like who had played 4 and 5 before 3 and knew that the con man was a social link in 3. And I remember like their comment was something about how surprised they were to learn that the entire backstory of this character was just that he's a con man. That there's nothing more to him than that.
Well, yes. Jeez.
Nah.
Chill vibes. The nighttime of love. The sun and unwind. Anytime surprise. Yeah, I'm down. Sit back, relax to the sound that goes around, 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 around. She said, hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today. Let me rock the world tomorrow. Yeah. So dance, if you wanna go ahead. Free to do whatever, I'm chilling on my bed. I'm minding my biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever like is, we gon' flow with this head.
Alright, if this point is the part of the game I think it is, then this is one of the biggest story turning points in the game.
On the island. Hell yeah! Yeah! Coo! She! Ma!
Jeez, you sound like a little kid.
He's just having fun. Personally, I'm ready for some training.
I do wonder, what kind of flora and fauna live there?
I'm pretty sure this is also where we'll meet the game's last romanceable character, the only one left that you haven't seen.
Wow.
It's like we're in an episode of Lifestyles of the Rich and Fabulous.
Welcome back, milady.
We won't be here long, but I'll be relying on you during our stay.
You have maids?
And you must be her associates from school, correct? Welcome to the Kirijo vacation home. Please, follow me.
So the maid is also voiced by the same person that voiced Yukari in the original game.
Real life maids.
I knew she was from an important family, but this definitely proves it.
It's good to see you.
I heard the news. There isn't much here, but make yourselves comfortable.
Yes, sir.
Was that... her father?
He was so intense. And what's up with him wearing a suit in this kind of heat?
What's wrong with that?
We won't be here long, but make yourself at home.
Sweet! This is gonna rock! Hey, wanna go to the beach? It's literally right there! Oh man! I'm so ready for this! Come on, let's go!
What? We just got here. I mean, it's gonna take time to get changed and stuff.
Then I'll see you there. I'm not gonna waste a single minute. Sandals on, giving my feet a chance to breathe. Yep, summer's here.
Darn. There's nothing out there I can use as a marker. Too bad. I was hoping for a good swim.
Whoa, what's with that swimsuit?
What do you mean?
Dude, swim briefs? Nobody wants to see your junk.
But they're better for swimming.
You gotta be kidding me. We come all the way to the beach, and you're gonna train?
What's wrong with that? You got a better idea?
Damn right I do! It's summertime at the beach! I've got the perfect activity.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Oh hey, they're here.
What are you looking at?
Say hello to contestant number 1, Yukari Takeba! That's quite a bold design. She's really strutting her stuff. Archery practice must do wonders for the self-esteem.
If no one seems to have claimed the umbrellas around here, do you think we can go ahead and use them?
Ooh, next up is contestant number 2, Fuka Yamagishi! Wow, Fuka, do you wear swimsuits often, or...? Oh, whoops, was it something I said? Didn't mean to embarrass you.
Hey, cut it out with that laugh, you creep.
And for our final contestant of the day...
What happened? Is something wrong?
Let's just take a moment to appreciate the fact that Yukari is literally the only person on the team who is even vaguely well-adjusted socially.
Yeah, your skin is totally flawless. Hey, did you put on sunscreen already?
No, not yet.
No, we can't have that. You gotta put some on right now.
Oh, can I help?
That's okay. I'll do it myself.
Yo, dude!
So, which one's your type?
Alright. What's my answer? This one's your decision. I have a guess as to which one you'll choose, but I'll hold on to that for now. That's kind of what I leaned to as well. I will also ask, besides that one, which would have been your decision?
Yeah, like I believe that. Man, this is great.
Not really, no.
All right, I think it's about time for a swim. Charge!
Oh, I'm not letting you win that easy.
Whoa, it's cold! What are you standing over there
That's what I figured. As far as spelling their names, they're pretty much all exactly how they sound. The only one that isn't exactly how it sounds would be Fuka, and the only difference there is that it has 2 Ks
It's a
instead
lovely
of 1.
place, wouldn't you agree? When I was younger, I used to come here fairly often, but I haven't had the chance to visit since starting high school.
Woohoo! Thanks,
That's
Kirito-senpai.
not a
right
huge
now, I
deal.
feel like I could die with no regret.
Here we are on summer vacation, but I still have to deal with Junpei's usual antics.
Help us, please! Junpei won't stop!
Alley-oop! Hey, come on! Water fights are pretty much a given at the beach.
Hey, knock it off! You're taking this too far! Okay, fine. You asked for it.
Where am I putting that? Okay, just a piece of it, I guess. I'm literally taking an entire crab as a souvenir. That does not seem like the action of a sane person.
I'm glad everyone's having fun out there. Our operations during the dark hour are taxing on both mind and body. You should relax a little. If you need to take a break, the best spot to kick back is underneath the parasol.
Even the food was fancier than I could have imagined. I've never had to think about the proper way to use a fork and knife so much.
I can't eat anymore. Not even another bite of caviar.
No one said you had to try to eat all of it.
Well, I'm sure we're all exhausted from the trip. Why don't you go rest up in your rooms?
Oh, are you not coming with us, Senpai?
Yes, I'll join you in just a minute. It's been a while. I'm glad that you're in good health.
Our guests are residents of the dorm, I presume.
I'm sorry for bringing such a crowd.
I heard you told them about the incident. Why did you hide it for so long?
I wasn't hiding it.
I've told you time and again, none of the blame is yours.
But...
Two in harmony surpasses one in perfection. That has been our guiding principle since the Kirijo family separated from the Nanjo group. You must learn to trust in others, Mitsuru. There are things in this world that cannot be accomplished alone, no matter how many sacrifices you make.
I understand.
You accessed our database, didn't you? That brings me to my next question. Why didn't you ask me directly, instead of using this trip as an excuse?
I'm sorry.
Bring them here, all of them. I have no intention of concealing the truth from them. I've made preparations to disclose everything.
Everything?
There's a girl named Takeba in your group, correct? For her to awaken to her power, it must be fate.
Father?
From what I understand, Mitsuru has already given you the short version.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's true. We adults are to blame. If I could have atoned for it with my life, I would have done so. Now I have no choice but to rely on you. What my father wanted to create with those monsters' power, it was a time manipulation device.
That's what he was trying to do?
Imagine if you could control the flow of time, eliminate unwanted events before they occur. With such a device, you could shape the future to your liking.
Damn, that's insane.
Unfortunately, under my father's direction, the research began to stray from its original goal. In his later years, my father seemed to have only nihilism in his heart. In fact, his madness may have resulted from his struggle to break free from that. It's only natural that you want to know the truth, and it's my duty to tell you.
What's this?
This is the only existing footage of the accident, recorded by a scientist who was at the scene.
A video recording?
I can only hope that this recording reaches someone with a conscience.
Wait a sec.
My employer has become obsessed with a loathsome idea. This experiment should never have been conceived. I'm afraid the damage will be staggering. At this point, it's unavoidable. But I didn't have a choice. If I didn't do this, it could have destroyed the entire world.
Destroyed the entire world?
Whoever is watching this, please, I need you to listen to me very carefully. The shadows that were amassed here have been dispersed as a result of the explosion. In order to end this, you have no choice but to eliminate all of them. I am the one responsible for this. I knew the risks, but I was blinded by the promise of success, and so I chose to continue without objections. I am responsible.
Huh? Dad?
You mean that was...
Father.
His name was Eiichiro Takeba. He was the head researcher at the time, and a very talented man. But we are the ones who are responsible. We pushed him to continue the research. The Kirijo group is to blame for his death.
Are you...
So that means... my dad caused it all. The Dark Hour. Tartarus. The people who died. It was all his fault?
Hey.
So is that why you were hiding this? Because you felt sorry for me? Is that it?
No, Takeba, I
don't want your pity!
Takeba!
Shouldn't someone go after her?
That'll come up later on.
Willie. Thank you.
I believed in him for so long.
Do bear in mind when
much.
judging the emotional maturity of these characters that they are all teenagers. not exactly a point in one's life when one is especially known for emotional maturity. That'd be an awfully long distance to push.
Remember what I told you at the hospital? How my dad died when I was little. You understand now, right? He died in that incident. Nobody knew the truth, so there were all sorts of rumors. Because he was in charge of the research team, people were really mean to me and my mom. We even had to move a few times. Yeah. But all this time, I kept telling myself it wasn't his fault. I loved him a lot, and I believed he'd never do anything wrong. I received a letter back in spring. It was from him, written 10 years ago. It cracked me up, because even though he said to my family, it was more or less all about me. And that only made me believe in him more. When I found out I had a special power, I thought it was fate. I was scared, but I thought if I cooperated with the Kirijo group, I might find out what really happened. That's why I agreed to fight using my persona.
So, I've been trying to place it this entire scene, and I just realized that the background music is like it's a different version of the Dark Hour theme. Which is really interesting.
But now I can see it was all for nothing. You're just trying to make me feel better. Reality sure is harsh, huh? I tried so hard to fight my fear. And this is what I get. And you know, I think maybe I was jealous, too. I mean, after all that's happened. Why does Kirijo-senpai's father get to live? I'm a horrible person, aren't I? Wow. I don't know how you do it. You're always so calm. Nothing ever phases you. Did you really think I could just be cheered up so easily? You think you know me? You don't know anything. I'm sorry. I can barely make sense of all of this. I'm so afraid. I just feel so lost now. Just tell me, what am I supposed to do now? Huh? You really are something else. Sorry for acting like this. I know you've lost your parents too. I'll be alright. I'm used to dealing with stressful situations. Anyway, thanks for listening. Let me guess. Senpai asked you to bring me back, right? Aren't you a smooth talker? Thanks, though.
Hey!
Yeesh, what's taking you guys so long? Everybody was getting worried. It's almost the dark hour, so we gotta head back.
Huh? Oh yeah, that's right.
Did I miss something?
No, I just almost forgot. It doesn't matter where you are when the dark hour comes.
Oh, come on, that's common sense. Even I remembered that.
You know, I've been thinking lately. Once you awaken to the power of Persona, you remember everything that happens during the dark hour. In exchange for power, you can no longer look away from the things you don't want to see. We can't escape reality, can we?
Man, it's almost as if that's the entire guiding premise of Persona as a series.
Guess we've just gotta stay strong, huh?
Yeah, guess so. All right then, let's head on back.
I say that as if it's the most obvious thing in the world, but A, it's not exactly made obvious in all the games, and B, the characters obviously wouldn't know that.
Did you hear about Junpei-kun yesterday? He was acting so indecent, I didn't know how to react. It's probably a good thing we came out here by ourselves.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Mitsuru speaking. One moment. Let me switch over to speakerphone. Go ahead.
Well, I'm at the lab here on the island, and a machine that was considered inoperable suddenly left the facility on its own.
A machine?
What kind of machine is it? I need more information to locate anything other than shadows.
It's a type of combat vehicle. An anti-shadow weapon, to be precise.
A combat vehicle? You mean like a tank? We gotta tell the others. Where's my phone?
We're not currently with everyone, so it might take some time for us to regroup.
I see. In any case, I want you to handle this as soon as you can. I'm on my way there now.
If we can't secure the target, do we have permission to destroy it?
I highly doubt you will be able to destroy it.
What? Then how are we supposed to stop it?
Just do your best. I'll call you again later.
Great. No one's answering.
Don't worry about it. Let's go back and get our equipment. Once we do that, we can have Yamagishi's persona scan the area. Although searching the whole island won't be easy.
Ugh, the one time we need them and they're nowhere to be found.
Sounds like exactly the kind of thing Akihiko would go for.
Huh? Are the girls not up yet? Man, those sleepyheads. The ocean's not gonna sit around and wait for us, you know?
Once the sun sets, the water temperature drops, tiring you out much faster.
Huh? I guess. That's really what you're worried about?
Junpei, that reminds me. Didn't one of the maids give you something as we were leaving?
You saw that, huh? One of the maids gave me a letter. Oh, man. What if it's a confession of love? Well, it sure is tough, being this popular.
You're a moron.
Okay, let's see here. It says, we've gone to see the Jomon cedar tree. Huh?
This looks like Yamagishi's handwriting.
Oh, man! We're at an island resort in the middle of summer. Why are
Yep.
they going to the beach? That's just not right.
There's a reason why he's widely accepted as the best team member.
What do you mean? I just wanted to lighten the mood yesterday.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, it doesn't matter now anyways. We're on our own. Just a guys. This is the frontier of romance. We're bound to meet someone new out here.
We're on a private beach. Who are we going to meet new? I ask, fully knowing the answer.
Wait, you mean we're gonna pick up girls?
Maybe it's not private.
With you on the squad, we're guaranteed to succeed.
I should have known this was your plan. What do you think about this?
You two really want to let this opportunity to enjoy our summer vacation go to waste? Come on, guys. It'll be fun.
Then I'm appointing him our leader, as usual.
What? Why?
I feel
You
like
said
it
it
makes
yourself.
more sense
This is
for
an
it to be,
operation.
but maybe
Man,
it's
that's
not.
Bullshit.
I don't remember.
You better take this
We're about
seriously.
to find out.
It's an important operation.
It could also just be... I guess not. It could also just be the kind of thing where, yeah, it's a private beach, unless you walk far enough along it to get out of the part of it that's private.
Ooh, targets. Let's move. Okay, this is my area of expertise, so let me give you some. First off, think of something to talk about. So give him an easy question and get the ball. Something like, where you from? Or, once you get started, you'll be going back and forth like you're playing catch. I'll start things off, then you ask the questions, all right? Okay, here we go.
I mean, that's literally the entire point.
Hey there, lady.
None of your business.
Huh?
Why should we tell you anything?
Why?
So, this is not pertinent to anything that's going on. Just that every time I see Akihiko in his outfit, I'm reminded that when I was doing diving a few years ago, there was one guy there who would occasionally show up in a hot pink zebra print Speedo.
Are you still in high school? High school kids vacationing in Yakushima? That kind of pisses me off.
Sorry you feel that way. We're only here because we were invited to our friend's vacation.
Apparently it was given to him.
Wow. A vacation home in Yakushima?
It was apparently given to him as a joke,
On the other hand,
and
had to save up
he
our own money to come here.
wore it literally just to get back at the people that gave it to him as a joke,
So what do
basically.
you guys want anyway? Great. Then, bye-bye.
Yeah, you were playing catch, all right.
Hey, I did my best.
Akihiko continues to be
What
the
about you,
best
Sonata-san?
character.
If that's how you feel, then show us how it's done.
Why do I have to show you anything?
Well, you said this was an operation, didn't you? Aren't we supposed to work together in order to succeed?
I guess you've got a point there. Fine, I'll give it a shot. I'm sure I'll do better than you at least. Can you give me a hand? I'll go ahead and set the pace.
What are you waiting for?
Just keep your mouth shut.
Hey, Nobuko. Are those...
Oh, yeah, they are. Wow, Yoshie. I'm surprised you could see from over there.
All right. Sorry to bother you.
And what would that be?
No.
Are you,
It just looks like it because all the NPCs have the same face.
Are you hitting on us?
No, not at all. We just thought that if a chance meeting...
Isn't that what it means to hit on someone? Haven't you heard? Aw, come on. They were bored anyway. Besides, they look kinda cool.
Really, Nobuko?
Hey, how old do we look to you? Seriously? We still look that young? Aw, I'm so happy to hear that. To tell you the truth, we're actually older than that.
Oh, you are?
No, wait, that's fine by us.
You know, you're a pretty smooth talker for... How old are you guys anyway?
Truth is...
I'll be
Oh gosh, that's more of an age gap than I was expecting.
See? It's not gonna work out. Besides, I doubt you're having any fun talking to us. Wow, Hiko.
What do you mean, Yoshie? He was just kidding.
Nobuko, you need to stop being so nice to everyone.
Oh, come on. It's been ages since I've done this.
You tease these kids enough. We should head back. They're gonna be waiting on us, you know.
They? You mean, you have boyfriends?
So,
Oh, right. Sorry, forgot to mention
one
that.
of the most
Well,
interesting
we gotta go
things
now.
about the Persona
We're meeting
games
our
to me
boyfriends out at the
is,
villa for a
like,
barbecue. You can come if
the
you
main
want.
characters always seem kind of like blank slate characters, like they are just there for the player to project into. But in practice, they all get quite a bit of characterization by what their dialogue options are.
And you haven't been pulling your weight either.
Like in this one, you get like a lot of really snarky and sarcastic and a lot of times just downright mean options. A lot of your dialogue options in Persona 4 are just really just goofy and weird. And then in 5, it's always either dead serious or joke, pretty much. Or don't say it, or not saying anything.
There's a woman. It's unusual to...
No boyfriends? Alright. Excuse me, miss.
Oh, hello. Can I help you?
Oh, she's hot. Say, you here alone?
Yeah? And I'm so bored.
I've been watching you, by the way. You've been trying to pick up girls for a while.
Well, how'd you do?
That's what I thought. You boys don't understand women at all.
Guess I can't deny that.
You in the hat. You're way too wrapped up in yourself. Shouldn't you be thinking more about how to make your partner happy?
Yes, ma'am.
You in the t-shirt. You're the type that's stoic, but not very experienced with girls.
Yeah, I guess that might be true.
You seem like kind of a hassle, too. Like you're super logical about everything. And you, with the long hair.
I'm not sure about you. I mean, you're mysterious. Like, no one can ever tell what you're really thinking. You know what I mean? Wow, you're pretty innocent. Mm-hmm. I think you are just my type.
Hey, wait a second!
Just joking. I like you a lot, too.
Really?
Want me to tell you what would make me really happy?
Yes, ma'am.
Could I ask you to help me put on my sunscreen?
What? I mean, you're alright with that?
Of course I am. I have enough for you, too.
Oh, man! I'm really...
Would you two like to join, too?
A deal?
You know that sun in the sky isn't real, right? That's an artificial sun that got sent into space.
Huh?
You didn't know? Turns out that sun sends out harmful rays that mess with your body's equilibrium. Normal sunscreen doesn't work. But that's where this special one comes in. And if you opt in right now, you...
Hey, doesn't she sound kind of strange?
Sorry to bother you!
Aw, you're so cruel.
This sucks so much. What's wrong with you? I thought you weren't interested in picking up chicks.
If I'm in a match, I want to win. I know what our problem is. You can't control yourself.
What? Don't blame this on me.
I'm just stating the obvious.
Not like you scored either, Sonata-san. Why you always gotta be so logical? Even in front of babes. It doesn't make any sense.
What did you just say? That's it. Leader, whose fault do you think it is? I won't accept a stalemate. It's either him or me.
Yeah, that answer ain't gonna cut it. Besides, what the hell do you... No.
What? Do you see something?
Talk about saving the best for last. Now that's what I'm talking about. Holy hell, she's cute.
Yeah, she is.
Oh man, this is insane. If we nail this, it'll blow our failures out of the water. How about this time, we try going one by one instead of all together?
All right, I'm in.
Okay, and let's decide the order. We'll go clockwise, starting with the winner. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors!
I'm pretty sure you lose regardless of choice here.
Okay, I'll go first, Sonata-san is second, and you'll go last. Here goes! Hey. I notice you've been, staring at the ocean. So, you here with anyone? My name's Junpei.
Junpei?
I was just wondering if you'd be down to talk. If you're not busy. I mean, it's more fun than standing here all by yourself, right?
I am looking for someone.
Oh yeah?
You are not that someone.
Wow, you got shut down faster than I expected.
She's a tough one, Senpai.
Don't worry about me. Oh, hey. Do you like the ocean?
Is your question directed at me?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like the ocean. You know, I heard something interesting about triathletes who train at indoor pools. Apparently, they get outperformed by athletes who train in the ocean.
That information is irrelevant to me.
Well, I won. I talked to her longer than you did.
It doesn't matter how long you talk to her. This sucks. I could cry.
Hey, don't cry. Ugh, you're making me feel bad.
Well, that's where we are. If you can't pull this off, I'm gonna be traumatized for the rest of my life.
We're on the ropes.
How is someone else succeeding where he failed less traumatic than everyone else failing?
You.
I couldn't hear what he said, but she looked surprised. We should go over there.
Initiating evasive maneuver. Confirmation must be made at a secure location.
Hey, what did you say to make her run away like that? Well, what are you waiting for? Go after her! This could turn into serious trouble. You gotta go tell her you're sorry. If you don't, we'll get all the blame. Go on. You can catch her if you hurry.
What do you think? For now, the answer I'm going to give you is maybe think about looking back at the pictures I sent you after my copy of the game got in.
I was correct. I have found you. I have been searching for you. My highest priority is to be at your side.
What? Are you friggin' kidding me?
What's going on? He didn't even say anything to her.
There you guys are! What are you doing here? We've been looking all over for you.
What are you doing in the middle of the woods in your swimsuits?
You have no idea what we've... Huh? Who's this? And why is she hugging you?
Listen, we have a slight situation here. I'm sorry to interrupt your vacation, but I need everyone to go back to the house and gear up.
Ah, that won't be necessary. We found what we were looking for.
Mr. Chairman, what do you mean?
You had me worried. You can't just leave the lab on your own, Aigis.
Understood.
Sorry for all the trouble. Everything is under control now.
What happened to securing the tank?
Oh, that's been taken care of. Aigis, join us over here.
Understood.
This is Aigis. As you can see, she's a machine with the form and face of a human girl.
I am Aigis. My objective is to exterminate shadows. I have been assigned to Seize, effective immediately.
No way. It's like she's alive.
This is unbelievable.
How can a robot be this cute? What a cruel world.
10 years ago, a plan was enacted to create anti-shadow weapons. A contingency in the event a shadow became unmanageable. Aigis was the last one to be made. And she's the only one that still remains today.
An anti-shadow weapon? Does that mean she has a persona too?
Correct. I am capable of wielding the persona called Palladian.
She suffered major damage in combat her first year out, and she's been kept in the lab ever since. I'm still not sure as to why she suddenly reactivated herself this morning. In any case, I hope you'll all get along.
An anti-shadow weapon. Possessing a will all her own. This is amazing!
If you don't mind me asking, when we first saw you earlier, you were, hugging our leader. Do you know him?
Yes, it is very important for me to be by his side.
Maybe her facial recognition system is malfunctioning? Or maybe she's still half asleep. Very interesting.
Half asleep?
Well, I can ponder this later. Anyhow, I forgot to mention. Did you know there are a wide range of recreational facilities you can use
So
here?
generally, I'm not going to answer questions that will be answered later in the story, but I will say what happens to the main character's parents is story important. The main character's parents themselves are not story important.
There's a tennis court, a pool table, and even a karaoke machine. Would anyone care to hear me sing?
Man, I can't believe it's already the third day of our trip. It's too bad we have to go home tomorrow. I'd totally stay longer if I could, but I can't complain too much. You went through a hell of a lot here.
Yeah, like hearing you and the chairman singing. I barely got any sleep last night.
Do we have a mission at the beach today?
Nah, it's nothing like that. We just came here to have some fun.
Do you understand what it means to have fun, Aegis?
Yes, I am informed of the concept. Recreation is sustenance for one's mental well-being.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, you sure know a lot about us humans. All right, let's take one last dip before we leave.
Wait. Junpei-kun, is it okay for Aegis to go in the water? I'm sure she's fine. Oh, are you done already?
It is best that everyone partake in this activity together. Deriving enjoyment alone is not the optimal method to have fun.
You've got some strong feelings on pretty weird things, don't you? But what the heck, might as well.
We should join them.
Agreed.
Enjoying yourselves? Quite a lot's happened during our time here, but it looks like we'll get to relax a bit today.
That would be nice.
Sonata-san, what are you doing? Come on, it's your turn.
My turn? What are they doing?
Glad to see everyone's having so much fun. I've already told you what time the ship is arriving tomorrow, right? I'll probably head over to the port early, so don't be late.
Okay, I'll let everyone know.
We can get back to business once we've returned to the dorm.
Got it.
Hey, dude! Sonata-san!
All right, I guess we should join too.
I guess wait, that's not what water gun means!
Junpei-kun is down!
All right, here's our chance for an all-out attack.
Wait, time out! This here's a good thing!
You seem to be in great pain.
You again.
Shit, it's them.
You mean those three? Ugh, they're freaky.
Shut up! Let's get out of here!
Why do they always run and hide at the sight of me? They're like back alley rats.
Beats me.
Jin, give him the capsules.
Thanks. I'll pay you the usual way.
Now hold up. This time, we'd like your payment in the form of information. Your acquaintances have been busy lately. I'm referring to their activities on nights when the moon is full, of course. They've spent a great deal of time in the tower as well. I wonder, why did they take this burden upon themselves? You do know, don't you? But you don't wish to say. Is it perhaps because you're one of them?
I'm not. Got nothing to do with them anymore.
Then tell us. I'm sure you'd agree these pills are more important than a group you have nothing to do with.
I don't know the details, but supposedly, destroying all those creatures will put an end to the Dark Hour. And that weird-ass tower will disappear. That's all I know, alright?
You mean they intend to eliminate the Dark Hour completely? Why would they do such a thing? To give up such power? To destroy the Tower of Demise.
Tower of Demise? Who wouldn't want to take out that damn thing?
Takaya. Yes, I know.
I can't go back. I won't use my power again. Not after last time.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to get to where Aigis was introduced, but with that, I really need to finish up and go to bed. Alright. I am not sure if I'll play tomorrow or not. I probably ought to get to bed earlier tomorrow instead, but we'll see what I decide. But for now, have a good night.